Not one, not two, but 3 offers already since we started marketing 1 month ago.
Really wide plots, unblocked views, and attractive entry price.
Ideal for condo upgraders or anyone who wants a share of Prime District 11 landed.
Stay tuned to find out more about this 2-story freehold Terrace at Hillcrest Park in this episode of Huttons Landed Division's
Live Open House.
Too far from the MRT station, too deep in. Now today we're going to start our live open house with an actual walkthrough to the house we're going to showcase today. Hi, my name is Willie and welcome to another episode of Huttons Landed Division's Live Open House. Now the house we're going to feature today, yes, it's in a very nice part of Hillcrest Road, but among the visitors or the viewers, all right, who have come to see the house, one common complaint is that it's not so close to the MRT. And just like any of our live open house, we prefer to address the issue head on, and subbed by the team, my teammates, right, is to actually do a walkthrough. Now on the map, basically from the MRT station, you can see from there now, right, this is Kah Kee MRT. All the way, I'm now taking a very comfortable walk from the MRT station all the way to the house throughout this entire episode. So on map, it shows about 15 to 17 minutes walk. Is it bearable? Is it really too much of a deal breaker for a lot of buyers? So today I'm going to physically walk through this distance and share with you how pleasant or how unpleasant this journey is. All right, so I'm probably the best candidate because viewers might know over the past many years when we do this is I'm not really a walker, don't really enjoy walking, but let's try out this route and see. I'm not just walking at a very normal pace, okay, but walking past this very, very nice bridge, I think one of the largest sheltered broadest bridge along this Bukit Timah as well as Daniel Road. Okay. Now before we reach the house, maybe let's take the time to understand more about the latest market trends, especially regarding District 11 landed houses. So if you look at the map now, look at this chart. We all know that District 11 landed properties are always priced a lot at a premium, higher than total Singapore landed properties generally in market. So as of basically end of August, you can see that the price is almost 16% higher, crossing $2,400 per square feet versus Singapore's total average of $2,000, right, per square feet, 2,000 plus per square feet. So besides this, how about the various house types within District 11? Needless to say, terraces with the smaller land tend to attract a higher per square feet. All right. So, but what is interesting, you can see these 3 lines here that terraces price higher. But what we are comparing now is between year 2000. Let's just take the post-COVID years, right? Last 5 years, you can see that even though the entire asset class, all 3 types have increased, terrace have increased actually the highest, right, in terms of per square feet. By 36%, followed by semi-detached about 33%, and detached by 30%. And now terraces in District 11, all right, the freehold and 999 ones have almost crossed $3,000 per square feet, all right, at 2009. Because you can look at the next chart here. What is also very important is that the supply of terraces in District 11 is actually much less compared to semi-detached and detached. This is quite an anomaly in landed property market in Singapore, where usually terraces are always the one that is the most abundant in terms of supply and therefore transactions. All right, but in District 11, it's actually the reverse. You see more actually semi-detached and detached being transacted compared to terraces. And for District 11 terraces, I think from a peak of about 30 units sold per year, it has dwindled to about 14 to 16, all right, in the subsequent years, in 22 and 23. And basically last year, there's only 9 that were sold. As of today, all right, this year, only 7 terraces have been sold. And now we're at Wharton, and among those 7, only 1 of them are sold in the Wharton estate, Wharton, Hillcrest, Greenwood estate, so to speak. And you can see from the chart here, the one that was sold was the one that crossed almost $3,000 per square feet. So making today, the one that we're going to show today, a lot more attractive in terms of entry price, not just in terms of quantum, but also in terms of PSF as well. Okay. Now, I've now passed basically the bridge. Let's just head back to the house first to Aaron to start introduction on the house. Aaron, please.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Aaron. Before Willie comes back, let me show you the immediate surrounding near our unit. So here we are now along Hillcrest Road. As you notice, we are the quieter part of Hillcrest Road. We are about 6 minutes away from the cafes and the schools. So along this road, you notice there are no road lines. So what does it mean for you as a homeowner? There will be ample parking space for your friends or relatives when they come visit over festive seasons or any time of the year. Also, you notice it's very breezy. We are facing a row of semi-detached houses, which means unblocked view, great ventilation towards your house. And also, there's a road that leads towards Green Park Avenue and Greenmead Avenue. So there's also very little traffic here. And also in the morning, you want to avoid traffic because of Raffles Girls Primary School in the morning. This is an alternative road for you. Or alternatively, you can take Wharton Estate Road or Wharton Rise. Now, I want to show you this cul-de-sac here. If you have young children who want to go to the playground in the evening, this is a shortcut towards the playground at the top. So it's very safe, not many traffic. And then they can come home safely as well towards your unit at 162 Hillcrest Road. All right, hand over to Willie now. Thank you.
We're now just under 5 minutes of part of the journey to the house, and already we've reached almost the second part, another landmark, okay, which is this beautiful Wharton Park, or sometimes they call this the Bougainvillea Park. You can see from here, this is one of the largest parks, greenery area in this landed estate, and it's a welcoming respite, I think, not just for commuting to and fro from the MRT stations, but even for your, I think, daily leisure activities as well. All right, so I think that's important because when you sometimes take into account walking distance, you also need to consider what is the journey like, what do you actually encounter, all right, and how is the walk. You can see here, nicely paved, there's a lot of trees, and of course, overall, it's a very pleasant experience. Walking through the park maybe take you about 2 to 3 minutes, very slow walk, before you reach later, I'll show you the third part of it, right? Now, coming back to Wharton Estate, of course, we know this part of District 11, and District 11 is very big. You can look at the map here, right? So, 3 or 4 big parts across one side of Dunyan Road. How does Wharton Estate, which includes, of course, Hillcrest, and of course, the Greenwood area, retain its popularity throughout the years? Besides the proximity to MRT stations, and before that, we have like bus stops that leads you directly to town, okay, compared to the houses opposite side in District 10. It actually also houses a lot of lifestyle options, which I'm going to show you. But very importantly, in this part of District 11, you are basically in the heart of the entire school belt. I think parents, whether you're staying here or even island-wide, I think is everyone is well known, right? We are now near 1 kilometer to a Raffles Girls Primary School, near NJC. We're also near Nanyang Girls. Opposite, you have a Nanyang Primary School, etc., etc. All right. So being at the heart of school belt has always, I think, been one of the main reasons why this place has attracted a lot of family upgraders. All right. So besides that, is later as we walk through the estate, you understand why this area has retained a very, very nice, exclusive and yet still very convenient. Because besides public transportation, I think you start to realize later throughout this entire very big estates, there's very many, very nice lifestyle options. All right, we're going to take a look shortly. For now, let's just head back to the house and let Gillard continue the house tour. Gillard, please.
Thanks, Willie. Hi, I'm Gillard. Let's start taking a look at the house properly. To start with, we're sitting on 1822 square foot of land. That means a build-up of 2550 square foot. The first thing you notice when you walk in here is this really wide frontage. You've got 8.5 meters of frontage. 8.5 meters is a frontage you would normally find for a semi-D, not a terrace. Most terraces are about 6 meters. What that means is you have a very usable front space here. You can quite comfortably park 2 cars, or you could park 1 car here, maybe 1 car on the street, and use this area for entertainment. There's already a barbecue area. You could put a table and chairs over here and sit down. You're sheltered from the rain by roofing here, and you have a nice big tree providing shade from the sun as well. So daytime or evening, this is a very comfortable place to be. Then we walk into the house itself. As you come in, you'll notice a very wide open living dining area. Okay? This house is really well configured currently. It sits on a single level flooring, so no split level that you often find in terraces. Again, what that translates to is flexibility, configurability of space. So you could keep it as it is over here with a dining table over here and chairs. As you said, nice, bright and airy and breezy. I like this space over here. I think you could do something with this as well. You could turn this into a study area perhaps, build a little wall here, or you could turn it into a wine tasting area. You may notice that the owners are wine lovers as well. Be very nice just to be sat here. You'll see also that the house has a dual entrance. In fact, this used to be the original entrance before the owners built a second set of doors over there. So you can have this, perhaps you're having this as your study area, with the doors open, nice breeze coming in as you're working, or use it as a wine tasting area, nice breeze while you're drinking your wine. Let's take a look at the back of the house. So, first of all, you have a storage area on my right. You have currently the helper room on the back. You have a common room on the left. Walking through here, we walk through what was the original kitchen. Now, the current owners are using this as a storage area. It's plenty big enough that you could make this into another bedroom. It's really big enough. You could easily fit a king-size bed in here if you wanted. Or you could turn it into a dry kitchen, or many other things that are, again, it's a very versatile space. As we walk into the kitchen, it's a huge kitchen. Okay, we have 3.7 meters from wall to wall. Okay, over here we have the appliances, cabinetry, food prep area, plenty of space. On this side, you could have a breakfast table, so in the morning you can take your coffee before you head to work. Good thing to note, it's covered. Okay, so you're sheltered from the rain, you're sheltered from the sun. The rain doesn't come in. You'll find this is a design very common to houses along Hillcrest Road. A lot of the neighbours have done this as well. In fact, this used to be the yard. It's now been converted into a wet kitchen. And conversion, I think, is the theme of this house. You can see already that the existing owners have reconfigured the space. I think there are lots of things you could do with that. There's some great ideas that we have later on how you can redevelop or renovate the house. Now, back over to Willie.
Well, now we're at the third leg of this journey. It's been slightly less than 10 minutes, and be very honest with you, it's getting to get a bit more harsh because notice the entire part of this stretch now will be basically under the weather. There's no shade, etc. Unlike the first two parts, which is a bit more pleasant. All right. Is it still bearable? I think it's still okay because generally the walk is quite comfortable because it's just a straight road down. Now, talking about the roads, you notice that from the map here, actually there are many ways to come in. Even for walking wise, you can go by Hillcrest Road, all right? But I chose to just now cut through the park to walk through this Wharton Estate Road. So for drivers, even better, because I think one of the reasons, again, we talk about why this estate is so popular is this organized network of roads, okay, of small little streets that lead you out to the main Dunyan Road. You can see from the map here, there are not 1, 2, but actually 3 to 4 ways to enter this estate by Wharton Estate, Water Estate Park Road, Hillcrest, etc. Another way that I like to take, okay, which a lot of residents told me, is that in fact, to escape the Dunyan Road jam, you can also enter via Ingnu as well, all right, via Vanda Road. So that if you know the way in, it's quite a pleasant drive all the way into the estate. A bit slightly longer, but gives you a different scenic route, right, compared to the rest. Now, on the right, now this is one of the main reasons now why this Hillcrest estate or Walton estate is so much more popular than many other estates because of this collection of F&B lifestyle options. When I say lifestyle, it's not just your restaurants, cafes, coffee, which I like since I've been exposed to this estate. There are also convenience shops as well. All right, so you have chains. Later you can see from the visuals here. So it makes actually, if you live here, you actually don't need to leave the estate to do your daily runs, so to speak, besides the park and exercise options that I mentioned to you. Okay, but should you choose to drive out, we also know Bukit Timah stretch is also home to Coronation Plaza. You can have your food options at the 6th Avenue area and of course the Adam Food Centre. All these are mere just minutes drive away. Okay, so like coming back to here, now we're almost reaching the house. I think the interesting part, as you start to realize, is that there are really more semi-detached house like this, okay, compared to inter-terraces. So when inter-terrace, like the one we're going to showcase, or we're starting to showcase, comes out, it becomes very, very interesting because not many owners here. Firstly, the supply is very limited. Secondly, when a house like this comes up, all right, is a lot of upgraders, especially condo upgraders, will find this a very rare chance to enter this prime part of district or the landed market, all right, in District 11. So at the price point we are talking about just now, we mentioned, it's very difficult now to find a house. If you check your property guru, etc., what's on the market, almost impossible to find an inter-terrace in this estate for under $6 million. And the price for this house is so attractive that it's attracted the three offers that we mentioned earlier. All right, so now let's head back again to Alexandra, who will now explore level 2 of this house. Alexandra, over to you.
Thank you, Willie. This is Alexandra, and I'm going to show you level 2. From the staircase, what you'll first notice is that it's really wide, so two persons can go up and down at the same time, and the railing is really sturdy. The stairwell is really high at 3.1 meters, and you have ample wall space to display your paintings or family vacation photos. Now let's check out the landing of the second level, and we actually have a common bathroom here, which is really huge with high ceiling. And that also there's a huge window for ventilation. In terms of the view, I'll show you later in the master bedroom. Now let's check out the first bedroom. Because of the wide frontage of the house, each of the bedroom actually have about 4 meter width, and you can really feel the space. I love the greenery view here on the second level. It's so open, and I love that the green foliage shade you from the neighbor opposite. Here you can see the space of the house is even bigger than some of the condo's master bedroom. And of course, since this is not the master bedroom, right, likely it will be the room of one of your child. So you can put in a super single size bed, which is very comfortable for small child, even up to teenager or young adult. And then he or she can still have a good size study desk with an ergonomic chair, and then a huge wardrobe for all his clothes and books. You can carve out 1/3 of the section for his textbooks, assessments books, or even his favorite Lego figurines and stuffed toys. Yeah. So let's check out the second bedroom. The other bedroom is slightly bigger, and this seller's children has already grown up, so they have converted this into a working room. And of course here you have the greenery again. So I love that the window is huge, and you can open up for airflow, so you don't even have to switch on the air condition. So if you have more than one child and they need to share a room, you can actually put in 2 single bed, and then they can use the front for their homework and studies. So you can see that it's really wide, and it's good enough for 2 kids to share. Even on the side, you still have space for a huge wardrobe for their clothes and other books. Now, most importantly, let's check out the master bedroom. The master bedroom is rectangular in shape, and we have shown it to many buyers, and what they really love is the view. Let me open the window for you to have a view. Again, a very large greenery behind. And what I love about this is because for landed living, especially in terraces, the houses are side by side or back to back, so you will usually look into the kitchen or the yard of your neighbor. But in this case, this view is so precious because you don't have a neighbor behind. The condo actually is called Hillcrest Arcadia, so you actually don't have a landed neighbor behind. And for master bedroom, of course, you have an attached bathroom. Once again, it has a window for ventilation. And let us go back to the landing area of the second level. Later, during the renovation plan presentation, we'll show you how to expand this space. And we'll show you how this wall can be pushed back so that you have more interior space for living. Now let's go back to Willie and see whether he's back in the house. Thank you.
Okay, I finally reached the house. Let me see how long did it take. About, 12 minutes or so. To be honest, the walk was pretty bearable, much better than I expected. I think I was going at a pretty slow pace just now, if you noticed, right? So I think if you walk faster, maybe even 10 plus, I think that might be sufficient. By the way, before, when Alexandra was presenting just now, I walked past this Watten Heights Park as well. It's the second largest park in this area, which serves, I think, residents staying in the second half, right, basically, of this estate. And there's also another place that a lot of the residents like to visit, either with their children, with their pets, and really make it another convenient option for the residents here to relax. Hey, and now coming back, joining the team. How are you?
Hey,
Thanks for showing the house. I was just saying, I think this house, I think what we've seen so far, nothing to hide, right, is original condition, but I think we have shown you the bare bones. I think the structure and the qualities of it actually itself makes a very enticing, a very attractive option for the many buyers who come to see. I think the offers they've had, I think is really evident of that. But let's say if you were to enhance and redevelop, let's say enhance this place further, what are some of the options, right, that I think the buyers can look forward to? Because frankly speaking, among the many landed houses we've done, nobody has moved in without doing anything, right? So from renovation to rebuilding, etc. And for us, I think we're partnered this time with CT Smart Homes, our partner architect, to come up with not one, but actually 4 different options on how you can basically spruce up and add even greater value to this already very rare plot, a very rare property. All right, starting with Aaron, I know you are advocate of just renovating and keeping it in the original state.
Oh yes,
so?
definitely. Because even so, when most of our buyers who come visit this house during our viewing, a lot of them actually like the house very much. You know, maintaining the charm of this neighborhood as well. So you don't really have to spend a lot if you really like this house. All you have to do is probably change the facade, a fresh coat of paint. We could also just add a wall at the back to include another room, and of course changing the floor tiles. You will really give the whole house a fresh look.
Yeah, you can see the design concept that we have. Actually, this one actually retains the entire structure, right? You just have to refresh aesthetically, just the wall, etc. Exactly what Aaron has said. The house looks almost completely different. I think this design is quite interesting. It has a very nice, simple colonial look, right? Very black and white look. And for those who are fans of this design, a so-called concept, I think you'll find that that's all you need.
Exactly,
right?
exactly. Yes.
And how much would it cost?
I think probably less.
We can't review yet, I remember.
Yeah,
so
we'll keep
yes,
it a secret.
actually we have a different price tag for different types of clients. Understanding that budget obviously is a main concern to you. A lot of the buyers here come here, to be honest, they want to spend under $6 million. So to give you a tip, Aaron's concept will be something that will fit your budget very nicely. All right? How much is it? You can call him and then we can find out more. All right. So Alessandra, I know you want to do more. You keep saying upstairs that you want to do something to the toilets, etc.
Yeah, because I think one way to have both of the common room to have access to the bathroom is to make a Jack and Jill bathroom. So we reconfigure the 2 common bedroom to the back and then shift the master bedroom to the front. So you have a really, really huge master bedroom. And then the Jack and Jill bathroom for the 2 common bedrooms will be really good addition.
So if you look at the concept plan here, we are able to do this because the level 2, all right, the back, actually there's a lot of space besides what Gillett mentioned on level 1. Both level 1 and level 2 can be extended further. We are talking about at least about 1.8 to 2 meters, right? So that we maximize or minimize basically the setback that's required. In doing so, you can see from the floor plan, like what Alexandra said, is that really the rooms, which are already quite big, am I right? So it can be enlarged even further.
Yes.
I think what I like about that concept was about the master bedroom now. Can you imagine a master bedroom that's like almost 8 meters, right? With a bathroom in the center. So I think the entire family can stay upstairs a lot more comfortably. And of course, take a look at the design. Right, does it look like a very enticing, almost new concept? Even though it's an A&E, we are keeping almost the structure from the front, but compared to a lot of the neighbors here, it really looks almost like a completely new house. Yeah. And how about Gillett? You're a lot more ambitious.
Yeah, look, we're in a 2-story zone, but that doesn't mean we're limited to 2 stories.
Yeah.
That's true.
For me, I would add more space. I would add up to the maximum permitted. So I would add an attic room, an attic level, which would convert into a beautiful, beautiful palatial master
Even
bedroom.
bigger than her concept.
Yeah. I would take her
Take
concept
the entire floor.
and add to it. But what that's actually, in practical terms, what that's going to do, it's going to turn this from a 4+1 into a 5+1. Also, it's going to add more entertainment space outside because of the addition of balconies front and rear. So I think if I were buying this house, I would try and maximize the space as much as I possibly
We
could.
can see you advocating that
Yeah.
to all the buyers you have served, right? But I think rightly so. Don't forget, there are a lot of, just now already at level 2, the views that we saw is really better. I can really imagine, like what you just said, imagine on level 3. I think it's going to be even more phenomenal in terms of both the front and back, right? You notice the front and back, the wind flow is really quite big.
Yeah.
So besides all the additional space you get to enjoy all these natural elements a lot better, right? Now, for me, since you're talking about that, let's be greedy, all right? Let's be greedy, since you say 2.5 stories. Of course, we also have buyers who have come. They frankly are just looking at the land. They really like the dimensions. They can already envision how a 8.5 meters plot, right, very good dimensions can become. And now if you look at the screen, this is what we call a rebuild, complete rebuild concept, right? From the visuals, you can really tell spectacular, new, very attractive facade. And just from the facade alone, you notice we've added one more floor. Now, even in the 2-story zone with 12 meters height, increasingly we're seeing a lot of developers using the space to add a mezzanine floor. All right, that's where the 4th floor comes in, so to speak. Now, the advantage between rebuilding and a reconstruction is that, right, you don't need to keep any of the existing structure, which means like the pillar behind me, which to some buyers may find it a bit of a hindrance, you can have that's totally removed. Then you can reconfigure the space from scratch. Not that there's, again, anything much you want to change here. But for between reconstruction and rebuilding is that even this ceiling height can be totally removed. So what you see from the visuals here, can you see? Once you step in, there is a huge, almost 6 meters double volume ceiling height. And from once you step in, you're able to see a very nice mezzanine floor. Just now, Gillett mentioned it's a 5-bedroom, 5+1. In this concept, you're able to make it into, of course, a 5+1 plus a mezzanine entertainment. I call this a multi-purpose room. Whether you want it to be a gym, you want it to be the library, you want it to be another TV room, a hobby room, up to you. But should you need a 6-bedroom, which I think is sufficient for most families, this could become a 6+1. Very importantly, with now the incremental build-up space of more than 4,500 square feet, I think it fit most families' needs. And to be honest, we also have some buyers who come and they say, how about a lift? Right? I think from 2-3 stories, I think can climb. Now with this concept, there's sufficient space at the corner. You can see from the plan here. You can actually add a lift shaft. Okay, add a lift shaft that access all the entire 4 levels. With this, of course, I think a lot of you already know about the construction cost, but we've done some calculation. If you buy this at the the price that we're marketing this at now, around mid-5 range, so to speak, at the construction cost, it will still be more attractive than some of the brand new terraces available in the market, right? So you can see now, with these 4 options, I'm sure you viewers, just like many of the buyers who have come in, right, regardless of the profile, right? We've seen the couples, we've seen the small families, we've seen the 3-generation families. I think with these 4 concepts, it really will satisfy every buyer's needs. So among the many redevelopment options that we have presented, let's not also forget, right, that there are many qualities, unique qualities of this house that money cannot buy. So among those buyers that you have witnessed and you yourself, right, which is one of these key qualities that you personally prefer the most?
I think for the plot dimensions, which are very unique, provides a very functional layout for family planning, and this is something many of the buyers are very attracted to. And with that, you know, it helps them to make the planning decisions a breeze.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
8.5 meters. When's the last time we actually see a terrace like that? Right?
Yeah, for me, I'm speaking to many moms that I've met. Whether you want to buy groceries, have a coffee, dine out,
True.
Walk the dog, or even just bringing your children to the park, everything is just within minutes stroll away.
Still need to drive at all,
Yes,
to be honest, right?
that's
It's
right.
like a little enclave by itself.
I'm all about the interaction with the environment. I and many of the buyers who've come in to view the property love the trees, the mature trees at the front and the rear. We love the fact that there's no neighbours behind us, but instead you get a rare elevated view of what's behind. And I think also people appreciate, and I love the fact that you get a 24/7 breeze coming into the house, and also just the right amount of soothing sunshine.
Before Gillard gets too poetic about his passion, I think, for the immediate environment, let's not also forget, I think, one very rational fact, all right, which I always prioritize especially when we choose and select the house to feature, is affordable value. Why we say that we mentioned throughout, because I think now if we just check the market, it's almost impossible to find a house in District 11, Freehold Terrace, that is priced affordably in the mid 5 million range, 5.5 around there. It's almost difficult to find. And frankly, when was the last time we just saw that in this year, only one house was sold in this part of District 11? Who knows, after this was sold, when will be the next one that will come out?
Sure.
Right? So we hope, like the previous episode where we featured the Namli Semi-D that was actually sold before the episode was even aired, we hope the repeat of this won't come true and you might be the first person to grab this before it's sold. Alright? And to do so, please remember to give any of us here a call to arrange your special viewing. Once again, my name is Willie.
I'm Aaron.
I'm Alexandra.
I'm Gilad.
So we hope to see you at the next episode of Huttons Landed Divisions
Live Open House.